Your team isn't underperforming because they're lazy. It's because your training sucks. Listen, I built a system that turned rookies into killers in 30 days. Let me show you how to do it. Welcome to the channel. My name is Fadi. If you're new here, I train and manage 7 and 8 figure sales teams. I help companies scale past 1 million a month and break down the strategies that actually work in the real world. So no fluff, no theory, just proven tactics you can use to build and lead a sales organization, not a team, okay, that performs at the highest level. So speaking of organization, it means it's organized. So let's go ahead and jump into this Miro board to break it down more in detail. So if you came from a previous video that I dropped, it was about the hiring process and the screening that got us $1 million a month team under 6 months. Just to go ahead and highlight our recent results over the past 6 months, currently recorded in July. From January to March 2025, we've collected well over $3 million, mainly on go high level invoices at the time and wires, cash, yes, cash and crypto. We're selling a 20 to 50K ticket. So we used to actually go in person, get cash, which is insane. A lot of offers aren't doing that. Sounds ridiculous. But then from March to June, we actually transitioned over to WAP. WAP, shout out WAP. So we transitioned over to WAP. So we started a new cycle from April to June. So over the past 3 months, we've collected about $2.5 to $3 million. Obviously, it shows it here on the dashboard, but we also had some cash, some crypto, and some wires that went through. When you're selling such a high ticket, 20 to 50K, you can't receive it all through Go High Level or even WAP. So we do have wire structure on that side. But I want to go ahead and emphasize on the training side. So training that replicates me and fits our ICP. So before you create training or a structure for your setters and closers, obviously it needs to fit the ICP. And then when you do hire the right people, on the past video that I've mentioned, you need to actually hire people that hit all your criteria, including fitting your ICP. And don't be easy on that, okay? I want you to actually think about the person that's gonna be the ambassador of the brand and the company, if it fits your ICP or not. Our ICP is very much higher. I'm talking about the low end. It could be 24, 25 years old and up to 60, 70, right? It's a very wide range. Our average, about 70 to 80% of our buyers are in the 30s and 40s. So obviously you would want your reps to be a lot more older and more experience to fit the ICP. So I don't rely on talent. I install a system that make average performers great by the right system, right? The word is system, correct? And they need to be fitting to the right system that actually fits them. Don't expect people to fit the system that they're not used to. They can get used to it over time, but if you can find the people that are kind of familiar with that system, it's gonna cut so much time. So core principle will be document everything you do so any new hire can model your process in 30 days or less, literally. A lot of people don't document their SOPs. They don't document their systems. Like, why? Why are you doing that to yourself? So what I do as a sales manager, I create a complete training library. It could be through Notion, it could be through Google Doc, whatever the case may be. You can make it very well organized, whatever fits you best. So video breakdowns of me handling real calls that I've taken before, right? You need to get on the battlefield, especially as a sales manager. You need to get on the battlefield before and you need to get the battlefield even then, right? You're always gonna get on the battlefield because you are the pillar, the ambassador, the image, the backbone, whatever the case may be. Objection handling recordings, very, very important from your past offers or preferably, of course, for the current offer that you're on. You need those example pitches and offer walkthroughs. You need to have a clear idea what the offer stands for and obviously examples of pitching. I love pitching. I think it was one of my strongest suits because I'm genuinely just a curious and a very enthusiastic person, and I love to emphasize, just like how I did right now with my pitching, by body language, by tonality, by my facial structure, everything that the case may be, I will use on my pitching and all those closers and setups that we have. Utilize it either on the call or on a sales call. They need it. So looms on CRM, workflow, and pipeline management. Having these 4 points, chef's kiss. Video breakdown of me handling real calls, objection handling recording, example pitches and offer walkthroughs, and looms on CRM, workflow, and pipeline management. If it's documented, if it's not documented, it doesn't exist. If it's documented, it makes things so much easier. You have no idea. And a lot of people are actually doing this, and I love that. And it should be standard. But the fact that I'm making this video and a lot of people are actually like, Fadi, what do you mean? They should be documented. You'd be surprised. A lot of people aren't documenting it. So I build a centralized knowledge base, okay? Understanding the offer is very important, but your sales team is everything. Everything. Every script stored in one folder. So you can't be like, well, I gotta go from here to here to here to here to here. A lot of people aren't as organized. I don't have OCD, but I'm very much detailed to the point where it's just boom, 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 boom. You will find it. You're not gonna find it. Trust me, you're gonna find it. It's not gonna be everywhere. Every FAQ documented. You need to document everything because not only it's easier for you as a sales manager, growth operator, or CEO to cut down on the time to answer those questions all the time. Well, you should be, but if you document it, it's a lot more easier, right? Every scenario, indexed by topic, pricing objections, delayed buyer, competitors' questions, people that funnel hack you, or whatever the case may be. All these things need to be documented. Pricing objections: why is the pricing too high? Is the pricing too low? Is it mainly split pays? Is it financing? How do we handle those objections? What's causing the prospect to psychologically or subconsciously complain about the pricing? Even if your product is so good, it should be sold, but yet does that even fit the product itself? All these different things, please document them. So that's what I do as a sales manager. Now I run daily coaching sessions, 30 to 45 minute role plays daily. Very important. A lot of big NFL teams, sport teams, they watch scrimmage. They're probably the best of the best. But if you believe that LeBron James or Messi or Ronaldo don't watch scrimmage, if not on a day-to-day basis from practice and games, you'll be fooled. So why aren't you doing the same? Sales is a sport. You need to actually have live role plays. You need to watch recordings, do all these things. A lot of teams don't do it. They think they're doing 500K to $1 million a month and they just stay there. That is 30% of your potential. Not even, probably 40% of your potential. You got to $1 million a month or even 500K a month by doing the minimal standard stuff. That's only 30-40%. If you implement the remaining 30-40-60%, you can be at $5 million a month. You can be at $6 million a month. All you gotta do is scale more marketing, get more people, the right people, and do more. Why are you settling right there? I'm gonna stop right there. The people in charge get too comfortable with where they're at and how much they make. They stop producing more, which is a huge disservice to the coach, the offer itself, and the people working for you. If you're making 100 grand a month, 200 grand, 300 grand a month from your offer right now, and you're doing so well, making $3 to $4 million a year, and you think you got it all while your setters and closers are making good money, how could you not want to do more? How could you not want to make more? Because it's good for you, right? You're making 6 figures a month. How can I get my closers to the most they can do? My setters to the most they can do? How can I make this company the most money I can? How can I change as many students' lives as I could do? How far do I want to take this? Run your daily coaching sessions, 30-45 minutes, live role plays, call audits as a group, and have a Q&A on tricky questions and objections. Very, very important. I do these 3 things religiously, sometimes 7 days a week. I set clear weekly milestones. Week 1, we got to learn the script and objection framework. You got to learn it and then memorize it and then apply it and then practice it. That's just the truth of it. Week 2, handle live role plays and basic calls. Very important. Now you only got to run them, but you got to actually review them on your free time as a sales manager and with the team so you can understand their weaknesses and their strengths. That's how you can get better. Take live calls with supervision. Sometimes I will get on a Zoom call with the closer that's actually taking a sales call with the lead. Camera off, mic off, and I just listen in person. I don't send them anything. I don't text them what they should say. Nothing. I'm just there in person. There's a difference when you get on the battlefield live to see what's going on than watching the recording after, because you can pick up on those things that they do. How many sales managers are actually getting on those live calls with their closers and setters real time while they're taking those calls? Not a lot. And that's why not a lot I'm making $1 million, $2, $3, $4 million a month. Not a lot because of those things. I set clear weekly milestones, like I said, with the week 4 being independent calls with KPIs tracked. Data is so important. People lie, numbers don't. Your show up rate, your booking rate, your pickup rate, your close rate, everything matters. Everything matters. And you need to track those on a daily basis. And then I dedicate the week 4 of every month to track all the KPIs. I measure and review performance by daily CRM reports, weekly scorecards that I drop on Slack on a daily basis and a weekly day basis, and then immediate feedback on recordings, immediate WhatsApp voice messages. If you're one of my setters and closers, you know I be dropping those so fast you don't know what's hitting you. So how I structure my meetings: section 1, the script library. Right, core pitch scripts, what the script really stands for. See, here's the thing, I don't really like the reps really following a script. We put a framework in place that clarifies, labels, does all the stuff that you need to do, and then it has questions as a script layer that it can utilize. Not statements, just questions. Please, when you make a script, make it as questions, not as statements, because you still want the closer to be able to, follow their own personality and then utilize the training and the coaching and the thing that you see right, and apply both to have a good outcome. Offer breakdown sheets, very much important on that script library, what the offer stands for, who is it fitting, and how we can better it, because you'll be surprised, a lot of reps can give you a lot of great insights on how the offer could be structured a little differently based on the ICP they're dealing with for the month or the 2 months or the 6 months. Common transition statements Very, very important. So section 2, objection handling vault, top 15 objections plus exact responses and how we can tackle those. 15 objections could be time, fear, partner, money, fear of committing, fear of not being time, whatever. So many objections. Document those based on the sales calls or the setting calls and have immediate responses in there that has been utilized or could be optimized on there. Okay. Video examples, very important. You know, sometimes I will take a snippet of a Fathom call of a closer really handling a right objection or a setter with the right framing, whatever case may be, and I put those as examples. Rebuttal cheat sheets. Cheat sheets are very important because it's like a study guide, or not even then, it's just like the quickest way for one of your reps to actually get something, just making it so organized. Section 3, this is all the library, by the way. This is how I structure my meetings, and this is how I structure the library. Recorded call reviews, good call examples, and then bad call examples with notes. I usually do notes for both. Why that call was good and why that call was bad. Having notes for those is very important. And then what I do differently, videos. All in the library. Do you have a library? Do you have a vault with all these things? No. You probably do, and if you do, hats off to you. And you're probably doing really big things. Section 4, role play and drills. Daily scenarios by objection type. Role play partner assignments, very, very important. I used to rotate those a lot. Sometimes, you know, you'll be role playing with this guy, and then next week you role play with another rep, and then you keep switching those around because not only builds team chemistry, different insights, different feedback, but it helps tremendously. We're just team dynamic, honestly. Success criteria for each drill and how we can optimize it. So just having all these sections is very important. I'll say section 5, performance tracking. Ramp benchmark between week 1 to week 4. Daily activity dashboards, which obviously keeps you on the loop of everything, and obviously the changes need to be done. You're on point with it daily. And then scorecards with KPIs. This is pretty much daily, weekly, and monthly. You should label those 3 sections. My non-negotiables, if you skip these, performance tanks. Execution part, input outweighs the output. So no unstructured training. Every rep gets the same process. No figure out yourself, like I mentioned previously. No excuses for not reviewing call recordings, and no skipping daily role plays. You skip daily role plays, you're telling me that you're good enough, we don't need practice. And who doesn't need practice? Everybody needs practice. I'll say ramp timeline would be week 1, master course script, study all objection videos. Week 2, live role plays daily, shadow about 10 plus real calls. I say about 15 to 20. Week 3, take supervised calls and get live feedback. Those are very huge. And week 4, handle pipeline independently, hit first KPI targets. Within week 4, it should be on track with everything, honestly. And that just obviously leads into week 5, which is focus on team optimization. And that's what I pretty much focus on as a sales manager, to optimize the team with all my meetings, all my library, all my ramp up period that actually got us to 1.2 for our first month. That's how much we did for our first 7-figure month, straight to the point. So with that being said, if you found any of the stuff I said valuable, if you're actually a sales manager, a growth operator, a closer, or a setter, and you resonate with all the stuff that I said, if you're doing what you're doing right now similarly, hats off to you. Not only I want you to go ahead and comment things that I could probably do differently as well. I could use differently. We're all here about helping each other grow. That's the whole purpose of this channel, is to connect with other people, share what's working for us and what's not working for us, learn from each other without guaranteeing any results or anything. I don't want any of you guys trying to implement this the wrong way and then get the wrong results. So if you find this any helpful, please go ahead and drop me a subscribe. That way we can connect to more people. And then go ahead and comment any questions. I would love to answer those out with a video. Go ahead and check out my X and follow me on X. I literally drop all the gems, the frameworks, results on there. It's pretty much the most utilized social media platform that I use aside from YouTube now. And I will see you on the next video.